trust is a sentiment which generates a sense of security. Trust is that sentiment which generates a sense of confidence, a security, a confidence that my environment, is responding to me positively. Trust means that my environment, whatever situation I am, is with me, correct? It's a very silent emotion, an emotion that doesn't speak, but it is an experience of a security, that my environment is responding to me properly. But trust towards people is relative. Trust towards other individual is relative because it begins from a basic trust to a basic mistrust. There is something called basic trust. You see, it depends on one's own, in one's childhood. How did your trust develop? There are people who basically mistrust. As a child, if my experience of my environment, my family, my environment was not consistent, was not conducive, was not consistent from the standpoint of the caregiver, whoever, my parent, elders, if it was not available to me, then at a young age, I form a basic mistrust can creep in. A basic mistrust can creep in from infancy, and therefore, I would say to trust, to understand trust, two factors are very important, And in two factors, how much you consider somebody trustworthy depends on what has been your experience with that person, number one. Number two is your own capacity, whether you are a person who is basically trusting or basically distrusting. Both sides are there in developing trust. Okay, and when we talk about trust in Bhagavan, trust in Isvara, what is that? This is a trust we know from how I perceive, and number two, how the environment supports consistency, right, in responding to me positively. When you talk about Shraddha in Bhagavan, in Isvara, what do we mean? What is Shraddha in Bhagavan? What is trust in God? Trust in God means trust in the infallible. Trust in the infallible. Infallible with capital I. The Lord is infallible. Do you trust in the infallibility of the cosmic order? This being called the divine being, that his universe operates with his laws, he is the lawgiver. There is order in this creation, there is justice in this creation, and it is a law that does not fail. It is the same for all. All of life enjoys a law. That law we call dharma. The moral order of the universe that holds life together. And this order, this law from the omniscient being cannot fail, never fails. Why? It's coming from the infallible being. And if I have this, we say it doesn't fail because in life forms which are programmed, no issues. It is consistent. But dharma exists definitely for a human being who has a faculty of choice. So when he chooses a good action, right action, the consequence will be positive. When I choose a disturbing action that disturbs the harmony, the balance of that order, consequence will be harmful to the environment and to me both. This is law. It cannot be surpassed. It cannot be bypassed. The universe is consistent in executing its laws. Do I trust? For a devotee, trust is effortless. Is your trust effortful or is it effortless? Is a question you have to ask. When I say I trust, how do you trust? Maturing of devotion is working with this trust.